welcome back to my channel. I'm Bree with Cosmic Siren, and this is a very safe space for all of my quirky and curious souls. I channel messages using tarot, stories, and music to help you trust your intuition, express your truth, and embody your beautifully unique self so that you can open yourself up to the life and soulmate connections you've always envisioned for yourself. You can just think of me as your nerdy, witchy siren friend that wants to help you live life to the tune of your soul. In this pick card reading inspired by Junji Ito's Uzumaki, we will be exploring the love spiral between you and a romantic partner. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is the Nine of Cups. Pile 2 is the Page of Swords. And pile 3, oh, this is actually an extra card of this deck. This is a new deck for me, so this doesn't actually have one of the usual designations. This water creature person. All right, well, go ahead and take all the time that you need. Pick from the 3 piles. I'm going to go ahead and get started with group number 1s. Hi, pile 1s. If you chose the Nine of Cups, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to show you the details of what the love spiral entails. So we will be looking at what initially captures your attention about this person or connection. And you can think, if you've either seen the anime or read the manga, you can think of the spiral staircase. So as you go down, this is what's going to draw you in to explore more. We're going to look at the resistance for you moving forward, the stagnant energy, what's kind of keeping you from turning the corner. And then we're going to look at the hidden potential that lures you in to dive deeper into the spiral. And at the center of the spiral, we're going to look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome. And then we are going to close with a Halloween oracle since we're in October. This is a timeless reading, so you could be watching this not in October, but since this is spooky season, we will end with that. All right, and to help us out, we have this snail person. Oh, and I'm going to ask each group this, but I'm just curious if it was ethical, morally ethical somehow. Would you guys try a snail person? Like, let's just say this person was like, if I happen to turn into a snail, please eat me. Like, let's say it was all okay. It's not weird or anything. So comment down below. I want to know, you weirdos out there, if you would try this. All right, so let's pull some cards. And we'll look at what initially captures your attention about this person or connection. Oh, let's pull one more. Okay. So we are going to keep this card. Okay. I was going to try to make the spiral with the spread, but there's clearly no room, so we're not... I guess we won't attempt that today. Okay, interesting. So we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Six of Wands. So initially, when I pulled this card for you, Group 1, I immediately thought, what captures your initial attention about this person or connection is it does seem to like whisk you off your feet a little bit. It feels like you're floating, like almost like it's too good to be true. This is the wish card of the deck. And then this ghost is carrying this child and it's floating. So I immediately thought, when you do meet this person, and depending where you are on the spiral, right? You could be at any point in the spiral. You might have met this person already and you're on your journey, or you haven't met them yet. But wherever you are when you first met this person or the connection, it did kind of sweep you off your feet. There is this like light feeling to it, like this, this is like a dream come true. Whether it was through conversation, maybe aesthetically, what they look like. Not that it's about physical attraction, but it just seemed like the initial impression was, whether it was intuitively with their energy or how they looked or how they talked, you immediately could feel like, oh, this is going to be like a great connection. With the Six of Wands also, with these together, it is like victory, right? It feels like you won something, right? And that's what I mean by this is a wish come true, dream come true. When you met this person, what you felt about this connection is like, this is it. Like, I found it, right? Like you've traveled far and wide, you've searched forever, like, but there's something very special about this connection, and this is it. Like you felt like you won like a prize. Not that people are prizes, but you know what I mean. It's that energy. Also, it's also as if you had been waiting to meet this type of person or this connection. For some of you, it had to do with a journey, whether or not you moved away, whether you traveled or, something like that. But with the Eight of Cups in reverse in the Four of Cups, it is interesting because the Four of Cups is usually about, stagnancy, stagnant energy, and not moving forward, right? And the Eight of Cups upright usually is about like traveling and going away, leaving behind something, right? Since these are both in reverse, I do feel like it's just more of like this mild energy. You might have moved away, traveled, left something behind in order to get something. And you might have been traveling or moving for so long or leaving behind things that it started to feel kind of stagnant, kind of like you've been waiting. Like, what is it that you're looking for? And then finally, when you met this person or had this connection, it was as if, oh, this is it. Like, there's finally movement. You're finally being whisked away. Like, it feels like you're floating. And so this is what's initially capturing you the attention about this, because depending on like your other relationships, what other dynamics you have, right? This is about a romantic partner specifically, but with your other relationships in general, you might not have felt this way, right? You might like it might be hard for other people to even like capture your attention, right? You might not notice people that much, right? Like it's like as if everyone kind of looks or feels the same to you, but this person, there's something very different about their energy, and it made you look, right? I just thought of like the ending of Aladdin, like the very end of Aladdin, the very end of the movie, when the genie, like it closes at the end and then the genie like opens the screen and says made you look. But it's as if you were kind of like going along monotonously and just like whatever, like not really feeling or thinking anything. Like maybe it's as if like your world was black and white, and then all of a sudden when this person came in it was like full of color. It's like kind of that kind of feeling. All right, that's exciting. Let's look at what draws you in to explore more. And what this says about you, the fact that this is what's capturing your attention, what this says about you is you're not easily impressed. And what I mean by that is this is not a negative. It's like you don't have shiny object syndrome. It's like you're very secure in where you are. Maybe you're looking for something very particular. Maybe you like made a list of standards or something like that. And that's not a negative, right? Like you're very clear on what you're looking for in a romantic partner or what have you. And so when you're going about meeting people, making friends, building your community, talking to people, you might just be like, building those connections slowly. And it's not like you're going out of your way to invest a ton of time. And the fact that it's this feeling that's making them capture your attention, it makes me know that you're really connected with your intuition and your feelings. You don't make decisions about romantic partners logically. Like, yes, you think about things, but we do have a bunch of cups here and the wands. And so you like to feel, you want to feel passionate. So when you met this person, this connection, it did spark something in you. It lit you up, right? It's like it gave you a spark of joy. What's that Marie Kondo episode? Marie Kondo, right? It's like sparks of joy. What gives you sparks of joy, right? Like you're giving away clothes, you're giving away, old papers and books, whatever doesn't spark joy for you. But this person, it sparked joy for you, and that's what made you look. And so that's what it tells me about you, which I love. I love that you're going by feeling and feeling passionate, because I think it's very important to feel chemistry and passion in relationships. You don't have to, but just my little 2 cents. Okay. So, what is it that makes you want to explore more? We'll go down the spiral. What about this person or connection makes your one want to explore more? The Eight of Wands. So, yeah, again, it's just this, Eight of Wands is about this very fast paced energy. And in this story, I just read this story. I forgot what it's called, but I have this book that has the stories specifically for this tarot deck. I went to New York City's Comic Con, and I randomly met the author or illustrator of this deck, which I wasn't expecting. And so she had a book with all the stories for all the tarot cards. So I actually read this one recently. But in this story, winter is here, it's very cold, and the community is like, in dire needs. And so this crow goes and gets fire from the sun. And when the crow comes back, it burned its feathers in its beak. And so now it has a hoarse voice, but it brought them fire. And so this card is about, building community, making quick decisions and choices. And so just again, just shows me that, you are in a place, or we're in a place, depending on where you are, where, you were building community, building friendships, making connections. And that's what I was saying is, you were doing all these things, building it slowly, and then it's this feeling, this passion, this flight. And this person came out of like nowhere, it seemed, right? It went pretty fast. So whether or not you met this person or not, when you do meet them, when you dive deep, this passion, these feelings, it's going to feel like it's coming quickly and fast, because since it's rare for people to kind of capture your attention, you're going to pay attention, right? You're not going to push yourself on this person, but you're going to pay attention and invest your time and energy. You're going to be very intentional with, hey, I really want to get to know this person. I'm going to make it happen. And it's because of this quick passion and intuitive message and nudges, and you trusting yourself, that's what makes you want to dive deeper. So it all gets to your feelings. So the group one, you really do trust. I'm going to move this because this is just in the way. Snail person. So group one, you really do trust your feelings, your body, your intuition. You trust yourself, and you know that when you feel this spark, this is a time for you to dive deep. So just because you're feeling this spark and it's coming quickly, this is what's making you explore more. So just more confirmation of what I said. Let's take a look at, in this spiral journey, it's kind of like, I guess, kind of the honeymoon phase of getting to know someone, right? You're feeling like excited, right? At the beginning of the spiral, you're getting to know them. You're wanting to dive deep, but then there's this point in the spiral where it's kind of long, and you're like, I don't know if I want to move forward. Like, I'm getting a little bit scared. There's like resistance, right? Of what's around the corner. Like, people can get stuck here as you're diving deeper. So let's look at that resistance. Group one, what is the resistance to moving forward? What is the stagnant energy? Oh, a card fell. We got this. Oh, another card fell. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I was only supposed to take 3, but we're going to take all of these because I can't ignore the cards. Cards have messages for you. Oh. All right. I can't fit all this. All right. So we have the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Coins in reverse. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Lovers. Wow. Okay. Okay. I keep saying okay. Sorry. All the messages are coming in. So, all right. I'll just say, I was just thinking, like, yes, it's overwhelming. It's scary. So, yes, because you feel this way, because you feel like it's a wish come true, because you feel like victorious, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling something. This doesn't happen. Usually I'm excited. You're feeling passionate. It's coming in fast. The Lovers, you really do connect with this person. You guys see each other for each other's hearts. It's not about what's on the outside, right? But it's about your soul and hearts. Like, you guys really do see each other. And you connect in a lot of ways. Like, you share similar perspectives, similar values. And to find that in another person, like, it's out there and it's available, but sometimes, it can be hard. And Sorry, there's a siren. I hope you can't hear it. Let me just wait for a second. Okay, it's gone. But this is a strong soulmate connection, right? This is a strong soul tie. It doesn't have to be a twin flame. It can be a high level soulmate. It's just a strong soulmate connection. And so you're feeling, this is why you're feeling very strongly soully tied to this person. And that can be like a scary experience, right? You can sometimes question yourself and say, like, what is it that I'm feeling? Like, can I trust these feelings? And you can, right? Because you can trust yourself. But it's scary to feel this way, especially if you haven't felt this way in a long time, if it's been a while, or if you haven't felt this way. And it can be confusing, right? Like, what does this mean? And just another message for some of you out there, it's, your souls may feel some way, right? Your souls may have a connection and you may have other lives that it's remembering, but, you are human. You don't have to catch up. Just enjoy the ride and don't try to control the outcome. Don't try to push anything. Just like let things be. And, the Eight of Swords, it does go along with, the Eight of Swords is about limiting beliefs, fears, and, this person can move at any time, but they are the one trapping themselves in fear. You are fearful of this connection because of the connection, because of the magnitude of the connection, right? It's one thing to connect with people. And I feel like you are the type of person that does connect with people. And so you're not new to connecting, right? But to connect at this level is why it's scary for you. And we do have also, so this makes me think of like Beauty and the Beast, kind of like opposites, right? And we also have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. And I do feel like one of this embodies you and one of this embodies your romantic partner. And by the way, for the romantic partner, if you have met this person or if it's someone that you're thinking about, you take that as confirmation that, this reading is about that. And if there's multiple people you're thinking about and you were drawn to multiple cards, you can listen to the other piles. There could be multiple messages for you. But I do feel like this is embodying that because we do have fire and water, right? Fire and water are opposites. It makes me think of like Avatar, Last Airbender, and I'm a Zutara fan. I honestly thought Zuko and Katara like are made for each other, but it does give me that type of vibe, right? And it can feel like so different but destined, right? Like, yes, fire and water at their core are very different elements, right? They all are. However, usually fire has more of an affinity with air and water has more of an affinity with earth. But I really do think fire and water are so beautiful together. Like, there is this passion and deep feelings that they can both get to. But like with this water person, and we have the Queen of Cups, right? So queens are the divine feminine, right? That's not gendered, right? This is just feminine. And kings are divine masculine. And that's why I'm thinking like definitely a high level soulmate or twin flame connection because we have the divine feminine and divine masculine coming together. We have fire and water, which is our opposites coming together. We have the lovers, coming together, open communication, connecting. And so that's why I'm feeling like this is scary. This is making you hesitate because you might not have felt this way before. And so this is also just another sign of don't be so specific on the differences, right? Like, yes, this mermaid siren is very different than this peacock bird, right? And it can sometimes feel like you guys might have different views. Like at the core, you have similar views, but the way you go about life might be different. But at the core of it all, you can trust that it's the same, right? You can have those open conversations. How you go about life might look differently a little bit. How you look might look differently. But at the core, you guys connect. Lovers, you can openly communicate, right? You share a heart. That's why I think twin flame, but it doesn't have to be. You share a soul, right? And Nine of Coins in reverse. So I feel like, and these are in reverse, I just feel like this is more subdued. So I don't feel like whichever one you identify with, you can identify with both, right? I mean, this is, divine masculine, feminine. These can be counterparts. This can be within you as well. But I do feel like since it was in reverse, it is more subtle. It's not like you guys both embody the extremes of this. I just feel like it's more like subtly in your character. With the Knight of Coins in reverse, I can also see like it's the timing and the way, which is why I said don't try to control the outcome. Just try to enjoy the ride. The timing of everything might feel so slow and like you're resisting it, right? You're like, this is moving so freaking slow. I need it to go faster, right? We have the one's super fast. We have this passion. You're feeling this way. You're like, we must feel the same way. Why are we going so slow about this? But it's important to take your time, right? You want to connect with the energy. You want to see how it naturally melds, right? You don't want to push anything. And it's hard, right? When you have this excess, like passionate feelings about a person, you have these excess emotions, it can be hard to see, like, to sit still. You might want to be like, I need to talk to them. I need to text them. I need to call them. I need to hang out with them. It's been a while. And you can feel that resistance, right? There are ways to help and get rid of that energy, right? Do something creative, do something physical, dance. Use that energy, those feelings to channel into creativity, whatever creativity means to you, right? Do creative works, write something, write poems, express yourself through music, but the feelings should be pushing you to love yourself more, to express yourself more, and not to control the timing of things. But this makes sense why you are resisting or feeling hesitant on diving deeper and looking around the corner, because these are overwhelming feelings, right? And it can be scary. But just know from confirmation for the cards that it's not in your head. This person also feels the same way, whether no, they wouldn't consciously know. You guys will have similar experiences, similar thoughts, similar feelings. It might feel like you guys are energetically connected. It might feel like you're thinking about this person all the time. It's more like their energy is always with you, and that mirrors each other, right? It goes both ways. So you don't have to control anything. You don't have to push anything. Just trust the process. Just trust the feelings and continue, just continue expressing yourself, right? Just continue, reaching out when you can, showing that you want to explore a connection and build something, whatever that means, but also not pushing it. If you feel like they're holding back, if you feel like they need space, give them that space, right? And give yourself that space. Sometimes the energy is so much that, I mean, if you're here, if you're watching this video, I feel like you are probably more in touch with your intuition. You can trust these feelings more. This person might have a hard time trusting these feelings. They might need space to process everything. You might, be like, oh, this is fine. This is a soul connection. I understand. Let's go. But this person might be like, oh my gosh, I've never thought this way before. I never felt this way before. They might be thinking about their feelings and whether it's real, and they need space to process it. And there's this message of they will get there, right? You both will, because as time goes on, the feelings are not going to diminish, right? The feelings will be very consistent. And that's when they'll start trusting, like, okay, this is real, right? Okay. Let's look at the hidden potential that lures you in to dive deeper. So, this resistance, you're getting past this, right? And we're going to look at what it is that pulls you in to go deeper, that pulls you in past this resistance. The hidden potential. And this hidden potential, you intuitively know. You intuitively knew when you met this person. And it's the reason why you are going deeper down the spiral. So let's see. Hidden potential that lures you in. Okay. Oh, we got two. I was supposed to pull one, but whatever. Ace of Swords. I think it was in reverse. I'm not really sure. And Three of Cups. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to move these. Okay. Put it over here. So you have Ace of Swords in reverse and Three of Cups. Okay, interesting. So this is this is going to be a very, very particular message for like only a few of you. The Three of Cups. So in general, the Three of Cups, is about celebration. It is about group dynamics, right? For a very, very, very few of you, this will be like an E&M poly relationship, like whatever that means. It could be primary partner, secondary, whatever. But this potential is there because both of you are on the same page of that. Maybe in your other relationships, maybe someone was more monogamous and they didn't understand, whatever. This is for very few of you. So intuitively, you knew that this person will become part of your E&M poly dynamic. This is very, very few of you. All right. Let me know if that resonated for you. Comment down below. For the rest of you, this is going to be someone that's going to be supportive in whatever community you want to start building, right? This person's going to be a part of your community and you're going to be a part of theirs, right? Whatever your guys' interests are, whatever you guys like doing, I think you guys have a lot of similar interests because you together are going to be building something together. And I think that's important to note because not all people are into the same things, right? People have different interests. People, have their own friends, as you still should. However, it's just what this card is saying is this is going to be a time of like celebration. You guys are going to be able to come and join like different types of people and groups together. And that's amazing, right? Because you two are together, you're going to be able to bring in your friends, different dynamics, and everything together. And it's going to create like a wonderful community. And that's a cause for celebration. For the Ace of Swords in reverse, I feel like this is saying that, and this goes back to the poly E and M people and the not, but I feel like this is saying is you guys are both really flexible in this dynamic, in this relationship. What I mean by that is you guys both are very open minded. You are both open to growth and you are both open to pivoting in different directions to figuring out how it's going to fit. I think that's very interesting because, Ace of Swords usually is about, you have a very clear intention and path, right? You guys are both on the same page, clear intention, you're going to get there. In reverse, I was just thinking, I was like, it's okay if you don't know. That's what I was thinking immediately. It's okay if you're not sure. And what I mean by that is when I said, this is a strong soul connection is, everyone's relationships look different. Whether you decide to date, whether you decide to be in a partnership, whether you decide to not get married, whatever, I feel like you guys will be able to figure it out because you're feeling this strongly, because you're feeling so passionate. You guys may or may not define something with a specific label, but you both are going to come together and figure out and say, hey, this feels good. Are we on the same page? Okay. And then you might just check in here and there and say, hey, does this feel good? Are we on the same page? And so that's what I feel like this card is saying, that you're both very flexible, very open, and you're both going to come together to make sure you both are being heard and seen and communicative in the dynamic, but that you don't have to like have something very specific pinpointed and say, this is what we're doing, this is it, if that makes sense. Okay. And let's look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome. So let's look at the heart of the connection. This is the heart of your guys' connection, the source and heart of your connection. The Tower. Wow. Okay. And we're going to look at the likely outcome of this connection based on the current energies. Likely outcome based on the current energies. Okay. Aw, the star and ace of coins. I love that. Okay. We do have a few major arcana cards here, which is great. So the heart of the connection, this is very interesting. So in the Tower, this is like a big tower moment and an upheaval. This is about Rapunzel, right? And in this story, in the Rapunzel story, the real one, like not the Disney one, the original, he tries to climb the tower, ends up falling, and he is blinded. And so he goes off wandering forever, right? And she is like, where did he go? Why is he not here? I don't know what she was doing to not see this, but she also somehow got out of the tower. I don't know if she fell or not, I forgot, but she also wanders. And so you're thinking like, oh, this is kind of sad, but no, they actually find each other. Even though he's blind, he finds her and she finds him. And no matter what happens in life, no matter like how stressful it is, no matter how much you think like the sky is falling, these two people like find each other. And it's interesting that this is the heart of the connection. What that means, what that tells me is you guys are both very committed to connecting with each other specifically. What I mean by that is no matter what's happening, no matter what problems you're having, what fights you're having, if you're fighting, whatever moments of stress where you're doubting yourself, where you're thinking like, oh my gosh, like, is this it? Just know that you both are dedicated to finding each other and seeing each other from an open space, right? So, like, if you're in a conversation, if there was a miscommunication, if you're fighting, you guys are both looking at each other with open hearts. You're not looking to blame or anything. You're like, hey, I want to see your perspective. I want to see you. I want to connect. No matter what's happening, no matter what's on fire, I want to connect with you. And I think that's really beautiful. And that's an amazing, like, part of the connection to have. Just to know that you guys are a team and that you will always come together. And we have the likely outcome of the connection. We have the star, which is beautiful, Aquarius energy, that unconventional energy. It's that hope, it's that dream, it's that keep going. And then we have the Ace of Coins in reverse, but this is just, you guys are building, right? The likely outcome is you guys are going to be building, both intentionally. It's going to be a new investment, and it's going to start from the bottom, right? This is going to start in this star energy from the bottom, and that's how you're going to build. And it's going to be very, like, whimsical, based on the stars, right? Whether you guys are spiritual or not, but it is this relationship built on the unconventional, right? These feelings, this experience, you're both are going to acknowledge that this is not usual. It's going to feel very special. It's going to feel like divinely orchestrated, and you guys are going to build from that. And that's amazing. Ah, really wonderful. It's going to feel like a fairy tale, honestly. That's what it feels like. That's what we got from the beginning, right? It's gonna a dream come true, right? It's gonna feel like everything you wished for. All right, let's close off with a Halloween oracle. Let me find. I don't know where I put it. Let me find it. Oh my gosh, it's right in front of me. Okay. I'm gonna read from the guidebook from this one. This is a new oracle deck. Just some closing messages from your higher self, your spirit guides. Okay. So we got death. The eternal cycle begins here. Ooh. Don't be afraid of this card. I am the death card in tarot is my favorite card. This is not about death. All right, let's see. 'Tis not the end, though I may pass in the night. I get to do my time over, although you may get a fright. Many pagans believe that death was the beginning of the cycle of life. When you think about it, most people consider the act of birth to be the beginning of the life cycle. We are born, we live, and we die, and depending on your beliefs, you may get to go round again. Instead, pagan cultures see death as the beginning of a whole new adventure, the place where your soul gets to choose where it incarnates, why and what it wants to experience. Then and only then does it get born into a body that lives and eventually dies, before returning to ride a new cycle. Halloween is a celebration of death as a part of life. As humans are conscious beings, we know about death, and many are afraid and uncomfortable about it. Halloween illuminates the universal truth that all of us will die just as all of us were born. So to be fearful of that end process is fairly pointless. Halloween asks us instead to make friends with death, just as we seem friendly with birth, and not allow our fears and grief to bring in unnecessary pain. Do not be afraid if you pull the death card, as it simply means that something is falling away or will do so you can begin again fresh. There is a great power in this clearing. If you pull this card at Halloween particularly, the message is stronger still, and you should actively celebrate this new beginning. That is a great, beautiful message, and also a confirmation about, when we incarnate here on Earth, we do have soul contracts with people. And so this definitely is a soul contract, high-level soulmate contract, could be a twin flame, that you guys were meant to come here and connect and build something together. All right, well, that is all the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. If anything resonated for you, please comment down below so I know how it worked out in your life. And don't forget to tell me if you would eat the snail person. And as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and please continue subscribing, liking, or commenting so I can continue connecting with your energy for the collective. I'm sending you warm wishes and soothing hugs. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. If you chose the Page of Swords, this is going to be your reading. And I'm going to go over the details of the love spiral with you. So at the beginning of the spiral, we have what initially captures your attention about this person or connection. And if you've seen the anime or read the manga, just think of this as the spiral staircase. So as you're descending deeper into the spiral staircase, we're going to look at what draws you in to explore more into this connection. We'll look at the resistance to moving forward, the stagnant energy, maybe kind of like the hidden fear of turning the corner. Then we'll look at the hidden potential that lures you in to know deeper into the spiral. And then at the center of all, we'll look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome. And we will close off with a Halloween oracle, since this is spooky season. Of course, you could be watching this outside of October, but we'll close it out anyway with that. And so group twos, I literally was filming. I thought I was filming, and I drew the beginning of your cards. And then I realized while I was speaking that I never pushed record. So I have these cards for you that I already drew, and I will just do it again. Oh, but before I forget, we have this snail person helping us today, and I'm doing this with all the groups, but I would just like to know, those of you watching, which one of you would try a snail person? Now, in the most ethical way. Maybe this person said, when I turn into a snail, try me, right? You don't have to think about cooking it or whatever. That's not the point here. Just, I want to know like who would actually try, like, the taste. Let me know, comment below. All right, so when I pulled this, I pulled the Tower in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, and then a Ten of Cups. And we got all reversals here, which is very interesting. Oh, there's a siren. I'm going to wait for that to go. Oh, and I forgot to light this candle. Let me light this. Because I had to light the candle, though, I feel like that wasn't a mistake. It was like I immediately got the message of lighting your way through darkness, which is very interesting because in this Page of Swords, I was getting this idea that this connection, this person, like when you met this person, there's this light that drew you in, right? Like we have the sword and the stone here. We have this wolf creature exploring the forest, and we have the sword and the stone, right? And there's this light drawing you in, whatever that light may mean. And then I forgot to light the candle, and I had to light the candle. So it's like lighting your way through darkness. And, forests are pretty dark. And maybe when you met this person or before you met this person, maybe it was a little bit of a dark time for you. We do have the Tower in reverse. And the Tower is a time of upheaval. It could be a very stressful, transformational experience in your life. And what I was saying before I forgot to record it, is that, with the Three of Wands and the Tower, I was getting this feeling that when you met this person, that after something changed, it was like this explosion of different either perspectives, ideas, or movement. It's like since meeting this person and being in this connection, you have maybe traveled and explored different types of experiences, places, or spaces that maybe you wouldn't have done it before, right? Or maybe you were doing it alone and it kind of seemed a little bit dull to you, but when you met this person, everything lit up. And with the Knight of Wands, this could be describing the person that you met, or it could just be the connection, but it is this fast-paced, passionate energy, right? And it still gives a youthful kind of vibe. I am getting the feeling that for some of you, it's not that you knew this person before. It's not like this person is that you knew this person a long time. I feel like this is a newer connection, and that's why when you met this person, everything changed, it seemed like. And with the Ten of Cups in reverse, I feel like this person challenged or helped you reshape what your view of happiness is. With the Ten of Cups, that is that happy family card, quote unquote, whatever family means to you, right? It could be tiny humans, it could be fur babies, it could be a partner, it could be multiple partners, what have you. I feel like in the reverse, it's saying that what you think of happiness or what you view of happiness is changing or currently changing, right? You could be on anywhere on the spiral path. You might have met this person already. You might not have. You might be deeper into the spiral. So depending on your journey, you may be in different parts of the spiral. And so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I am getting this feeling of what initially captured your attention is this change, is this explosion of energy, is this guiding light that this connection brings for you. And it's important to note that in these moments, right, these stressful moments, this person, this connection, like they are this light as you are also experiencing a lot of things, right? It's not like a stressful or draining energy, right? Depending on what's going on in your life, you can be going through mental, emotional, spiritual turmoil, and maybe you try to keep to yourself, and maybe some connections either drain you or you're rethinking things. But this person, this connection, it brings you a lot of support and warmth and light and energy. And it's as if this person is help guiding you kind of back out, right? Let's take a look deeper. We'll look at what draws you in to explore more into the connection. And because these cards came out, I feel like what this saying about you is, you are an open-minded person to be able to reshape your idea of happiness. And we do have the Page of Swords. So I feel like you are in your thoughts a lot, in your head a lot. And this person is helping you get out of that. This person might help you connect more with your intuition and your feelings. There's nothing wrong with, being in your head and being logical, but I feel like this person is helping you maybe believe in more than just what's in your mind, right? They might be giving you all these different experiences and new emotions and perspectives, and it's helping you grow and change. All right. What draws you in to explore more about this connection? 2. Okay, I'll pull one more since all those cards came out. Got 2 of Cups reversed. Well, a lot of reverse. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll just take that. So we have the 2 of Cups in reverse, and then the Queen of Cups flew out. Yeah, a lot of Cups energy. So I do feel like it's a confirmation of what I'm saying is this connection is helping you connect with your body more, connect with your feelings more, connect with your emotions more. And that's going to be very healthy for you, right? It's important that we, connect and acknowledge our thoughts, right? But also our feelings and emotions, and especially whatever this, tower moment or struggle that you either went through or gone through or currently going through. It's important to connect with your emotions in your body and acknowledge that, right? And this 2 of Cups energy, you guys are really connected. The 2 of Cups, it's no matter what you look like on the outside, right? You can see these 2 masculine beings. They look very different, right? But they're so connected, right? They stand hand in hand. They acknowledge each other's differences. They are embracing each other's differences, and they still see each other and love each other for who they are, right? At their core. Like they feel very connected. And that's what it is. This person, it makes you feel connected. It's helping you connect not only with yourself and self-love, which is what also 2 of Cups can be, but also connecting more intimately and deeply with another person. Whether or not you've had an experience of connecting very intimately with others, with this person, this connection, you are connecting very deeply and intimately, and that's what's drawing you in. And this could be a new experience for you, right? Especially because this person is helping you get into those feelings. And it sounds like this person also is very open and vulnerable to be able to get you to connect with your feelings this way. And that's what I'm getting from the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is representing the person that you are connecting with, whatever romantic partner this is going to be. And if you're thinking of multiple people or a person, just take that as confirmation. But if you were drawn into multiple cards, you can go read those readings because there might be multiple messages for you for different people or for the same person. But it doesn't have to be. This could be you as well. But I do feel like this person could embody more feminine energy. The Queen of Cups is the feminine representation of the cups, but someone that's really connected with their intuition and their feelings and is very supportive and loving and really integrates with their environment and uses the energies around them to make decisions. And with a Queen of Cups person, you're going to feel very seen and very heard. And so that also tells me something about you is because the emotions and feelings and feeling connected is what's drawing you in. Maybe you're in a place where you're feeling very disconnected from yourself in your life, feeling like I said, maybe very dull in your activities, doing things alone. And so this person is helping you connect more with that. It's making you seem like your light is lit up more, right? And you're just feeling overall more connected with yourself. Yes. And that means you've been looking to do that. You are someone that realizes that you are in your head and you would like to open yourself more to feelings. And that's how you were able to connect with this person because the universe dropped them in for you to do that. Okay. Let's look at the resistance to moving forward. Because, along a spiral, there's those long loops, and I want to see like what's preventing you from moving forward, if you've gotten to this point or not. But this will be what's preventing you from moving forward. It could be fears. It's just resistance of you going even deeper. All right. Resistance for 2. Move forward and go deeper. And we have one on the ground. So we got 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Death card. Okay, so yes, it seems like wherever you're at in your spiral journey, but it seems like what's making you resist moving forward with this connection is it seems like there's some turmoil in your life. Oops. Okay, you can't even see that. Let me move these up. Okay. It seems like there's some turmoil in your life. You're getting very exhausted. You are burning yourself out. You're giving away your energy. You might be in the middle of discerning, where you should place your energy, where you should invest your time, but it seems like there's a lot of people, not even people, it could be people, job, it could be situations that are demanding and expecting a lot of you, and they are not supporting you through that, right? These energies are not supportive to you. And because you are feeling this way, it's like you're feeling like you can't keep up with this energy, right? We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So this person can embody both. We did get, this is also fire and water again. The first group got a fire and water mix. So if you were picking between cards 1 and 2, there might be messages for you in group 1. But it doesn't have to be. But I feel like this also represents well this other person, right? Not only is this person that you are connecting with, in touch with their emotions and feelings and very supportive and loving and nourishing, but they're also like very independent, very sexy. And what's sexy is their energy, right? Like, yes, sure, their physical appearance, but it's more about their energy, right? This person's very independent. They're paving their own path. They are very secure in themselves, and they are not going to be different for anyone else, right? They are not being led astray by other people's opinions, other people's thoughts. This person's going to do them, right? And dance forward, pay forward. And that's just a very sexy energy to have, right? Like they are themselves, they embody themselves, no matter what's happening around them, they're going to be themselves and move forward. And because you are in this turmoil right now, it's as if you're not sure if you can keep up with this or if this is supportive for this type of person. It's like you want to go away from this, right? She's like holding her doll. It's like you want to like go away from this energy first so that you can meet up with this person and be on not their level, but be on their frequency, be on their energy. Because you should also feel this way, right? You should also be secure in yourself. You should also be able to, walk proudly and say like, I am who I am and this is who I am and I love myself, which this connection in person is helping you do, connecting with your feelings so that you can meet this person, right? You might be too afraid to reach out and share your feelings to this person. And you're in the middle of a great transformation. Like I said, the death card, this isn't about death necessarily. It's kind of, right? We continuously let go of what doesn't serve us, right? This is my favorite card in the tarot deck. You are in the middle of a transformation, right? You have been working on yourself, you have been growing, you have been changing, you have been connecting with yourself, your emotions, and then you meet this person that like changes a lot of things and helps you see the light. And so you're literally in your cocoon phase, and you're not sure yet like what's on the other side. You're not sure yet, like you're coming back to who you are, but you're not quite sure what's going to happen. You can see and feel yourself changing, but you're also questioning like what is on the other side, like what is that unknown. And because you don't know, because you haven't left this situation yet, or you're actively leaving the situation, or you've just left it, you're kind of like coming into yourself and trying to figure yourself out and stepping into who you truly are and embodying, your highest self. And you want to do that before you connect with this person who's already doing that. So you might not feel ready because you're in the middle of the cocoon. This person's already a butterfly and you're in the cocoon. So I feel like you are trying to wait till you have also transformed. And that's fair, right? It's fair to feel scared. And it's fair to, acknowledge and say, hey, I'm not ready for more. But also it doesn't have to help, it doesn't have to prevent you from diving deep into the spiral. What does that mean? Like, this doesn't mean that you have to hold yourself back. Yes, take time and space to collect yourself, get to know yourself more, and embody more of your highest self. But it doesn't mean that you have to hide unless you need that space, right? It doesn't mean that you have to like not spend time with this person. It doesn't mean that you don't have to, that you can't talk more with this person, right? You can just feel the connection naturally. This came up in group 1. So yeah, watch group 1, but don't try to control the outcome. Just feel the connection very naturally and feel through things, right? And just enjoy the ride, right? This person is a part of your journey now, and it looks like they're activating a lot of great things within you. You might be having like a spiritual awakening. So it makes sense why this is, making you resist or hesitate, but don't be afraid to go into the unknown, right? In order to transform, you have to push past that fear and keep going, right? Don't be afraid to look behind the curtain. All right, let's look. Let's look what's going to pull you around that corner, deeper into the spiral. So we'll look at the hidden potential that lures you in to dive deeper. And you might intuitively feel this, right? This is what like really pulls you to dive really, really deep. It's the hidden potential of this connection. It's like what you feel excited about. All right, the hidden potential of this connection for group 2. All right, it fell on the ground. We have the Page of Cups. Oh, I love the Page of Cups. A lot of Cups cards, you see, yeah. And just take this as confirmation. It doesn't have to be, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Those could be placements. Death card is Scorpio. I don't know what the Queen of Cups is, but same water placements. This hidden potential, the Page of Cups, I love the Page of Cups, so beautiful. It's like this open, creative curiosity, ready to explore the world. This person is being led by this white rabbit, and it's that red string of fate. And this person is trusting their intuition and following the little nudges to get them to where they need to go, right? They have this cup of water, so they're always connected with their feelings and intuition to lead them. We have the full moons here. They're always connected with their emotions, and they're living a very whimsical life, right? And because you are the Page of Swords, or because you're coming from this logical energy, right? But you're coming into this magical like forest, right? And this person's helping you connect more with your intuition and feelings. It's like you're being led to a more magical, whimsical life. And like I said, it's like your world is now full of more color, right? It might have been dim before. It might have been like black and white. Did I say this already? Maybe it was in group 1. I'm not really sure, but see, the messages are starting to connect. They're kind of overlapping, but it's like more color, more life, more excitement, right? And that's what's drawing you in because, like I said, maybe with a lot of people, I think I said this in group one, yes. Maybe with a lot of people, or maybe in your life in general, you were feeling kind of very unmotivated, feeling very dull. And then, like, all of a sudden, there's a spark with this person. Like, they light you up, and they themselves embody light, right? And when you're around them, it just feels very magical and whimsical, like a fairy tale almost. Yes, I did say this in group one. Yeah, go watch group one. All right. And let's look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome based on the current energies, right? Our choices can always change the energy of a situation. Just based on the current energies, we'll look at the likely outcome. So, heart of the connection, the source of the connection, group two, this, and we'll look at the likely outcome. Likely outcome for group two. Okay. Wow. I'm getting amazing cards. I'm happy for you. You're getting, did we get all the queens? Okay, no, we didn't get the Queen of Swords, but we have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. Queen of Coins. But so let's start with this. Getting ahead of myself. I'm just excited for you. I hope you're excited. But for the heart of the connection, the source of your connection, we have the Ace of Wands and the Two of Coins. And this is just beautiful. This is great. The Ace of Wands, again, I've already said this is all confirmation. You know, it's like painting with a paintbrush. You're being led by passion. You're being led by intuition. It's that spark, that energy. And it's like a spiritual connection, right? Wands, very spiritual. It's also this light right here. So just take as confirmation the source of the connection, the heart of the connection is this light, is this passion, is this creativity, this fire that you don't get with other people. And that's really exciting. And this is really important here, which is great because of this Nine of Wands balance. It's very secure and stable with this person. This person allows you and supports you in balancing your time with yourself, with others, with them, with your work. It's like this connection affords you both to feel very supported, not drained. It's like you both understand that you both have a lot of responsibilities, right? You have a lot of interests, hobbies, you have other connections, you know, friends, family, and because of that understanding, there's a good balance of time. And that's really important. Because this is coming up, I feel like, well, especially with the Nine of Wands, you know, depending on the people in your life, your situation, your career, you might be feeling very unbalanced and feeling like, you know, your time is being like pulled by every which way. But this connection, it doesn't do that, right? It gives balance back to you. And the likely outcome is the Queen of Coins. That's beautiful. Oh, am I supposed to cover this? I don't know. I mean, they're kind of androgynous, so whatever. So, but the Queen of Coins, right? The likely outcome is you're going to build something very nurturing, very beautiful. You're both going to be able to overcome these fears and use that as leverage to connect. And this is the important part. You're going to build something very sturdy and it's going to take time. You're both very invested in slowly building something, right? Investing your time, investing your energy, investing your resources for this to be a very supportive environment for the both of you. That is very beautiful. Okay. Let's pull closing messages for Halloween Oracle closing message for the night. Just from your spirit guides about the connection. All right, closing message from your spirit guide. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you get two. We have Skull of Flowers, Creating Through Ashes. I'm going to read the guidebooks for these. And Lady de los Muertos, Acceptance and Equality. You know, this is very interesting because this skull, I mean, not that skulls are feminine or masculine, but it is giving me more masculine vibes, but it does have the flowers, so it's like a good balance. And then we have Lady de los Muertos, and she looks very feminine, but then she has the skull face and she has flowers. So these two really go well together. Let's read them. And the colors go very well together. I try to make a spiral with the spread, but clearly I don't have enough space. So I hope it looks spirally to you. All right, let's read from the guidebook. Okay, Skull of Flowers. Illumination. We can stay in the dark, exist only in the midnight hours, but shining the torch, the victory is ours. As the famous psychotherapist Jung suggested, knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness are the keys in this magical element.
Hi, it's me from the future. When I was editing the video, I realized that my mic turned off, and I also realized that I was reading the wrong quote-unquote passage, but I feel like that wasn't a mistake. So that passage there, I was reading about the Skull of Light, and so I'm going to read the correct passage, the Skull of Flowers, and I'll reread the Lady de los Muertos. So we will go to the Skull of Flowers, which actually group 3, now that I'm from the future, also got. All right, creating through the ashes. To blossom and bloom, the work must be done. Through fire and ashes, our fortune it comes. Before flowers are born, they are sweet buds on a plant that came from a smaller form like a seed or a bulb. The seed needs prepared, nourishing soil to grow its potential. Some plants and trees only seed after fire or a period of extreme adversity like drought or flood. Sometimes we wish for a life different from the one we have, and that can mean radical change. Sometimes to have that new life, everything falls apart to make it so, and that can be uncomfortable. We may lose our relationships, or they may change. We might lose a job, have to move house, or become ill. All big events that lead to a reassessment of the how of our lives. The Skull of Flowers illustrates that there is a sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from, so we can build what we really want, rather than just settling for less. The Skull of Flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success and full bloom through adversity. I feel like both the Skull of Flowers and the Skull of Light beautifully sum up and just confirmation of what I was saying. You know, when you met this person, this connection, it's helping you see the light through the darkness, and you are or have been going through a period of turmoil. And just like the School of Flowers says, sometimes in order to bloom, you have to restart again, restart fresh, and build from that more aligned space and place so that you can flourish. And so, beautiful confirmation reminder that this is what the connection is bringing. Let's read Lady de los Muertos. Pale you step out of the night, in red lace, full flowers upon your crown, you bring the beauty to death, the equality and joy of the underground. The iconic Lady of Death with a pale skull-like face, zombie eyes, and rich red funeral flowers in her hair has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Halloween and the Mexican Day of the Dead, El Dia de los Muertos. The original model for this flamboyant Lady of Death can be traced back to the ancient Aztec goddess Mictecaqual, not sure. As time went on, the figure remained balanced between beauty and horror and morphed into the Lady of the Dead, and eventually into the more modern graphic figure of Katrina. It is also reported that the identity of the original Katrina was based on women who were very rich and had everything they wanted in this life. Yet, death takes everyone equally, so it was a reminder that no matter how beautiful, rich, popular, or famous you were, in the end, death takes all. The Mexican culture has a long-standing history of laughing at death and seeing it as just another aspect of life. In some ways, death is the last taboo in many Western cultures. We tend to hide away our dying, and some of us may never even see the body of someone who has passed in our whole lives, but this was a much more common occurrence in the past. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some point, and that perhaps until then we can choose to be life-affirming, takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out better. If you are holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let it go. Yes, and another beautiful reminder that this tower, this cocoon moment, this transformation, this struggle, it is natural, right? We will all go through maybe multiple transformations in our life, and it is okay to continuously let go of people, situations that don't serve us, and step into our aligned light. Okay, well, those are all the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. Please tell me if anything resonated for you. Comment down below so I know how it worked out in your life. And let me know if you would eat this snail person. And please continue subscribing, commenting, or liking so I can connect with your energy as I read for the collective. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm sending you warm wishes and soothing hums. Hi, Group 3. If you chose this bonus card, that's not a traditional tarot card, this will be your reading. I will show you the details of what the love spiral is. So we'll start at what initially captures your attention about the person or connection. And if you've seen the Uzumaki anime or read the manga, just think about the spiral staircase. So as you descend down, we'll look at what draws you in to explore more deeply. We'll look at the resistance to moving forward, what's holding you back to exploring deeper, any hesitations that you might have. We'll look at the hidden potential that lures you in to dive deeper into the spiral. And then at the center of all, we'll look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome based on current energies. And we will close out with the Halloween Oracle since it is spooky season. This is a timeless reading. You may be watching this outside of October, but we'll end it like that anyway. A little message there. And before I begin, I was asking all the groups, if you've seen the anime or read the manga, I was wondering which of you would try this snail person. And just think of it like more ethically, like for some reason if this person said they'd become a snail and go ahead and eat them, or don't think about cooking them or anything like that. Just I want to know which one of you would be curious to try the snail person. So comment down below, let me know. All right, let me pull some cards. What initially captures the attention of Group 3 for this person or connection? Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Ooh, okay. And we do have this, let's start with this card because this wasn't part of the tarot deck. It was a bonus card. And this is just like some mysterious figure. It's hard to like explain. I feel like this is talking about this connection or this person. They may be, or the connection, it might be something you've never really experienced before, and it's hard to really explain in words. Like it's bigger or greater than your understanding, and you can't quite like label it as something specific. And it also might be the person too. And we do have water too, so I feel like water, emotions, intuition will play a significant role. Now, since we do have the Six of Cups, this can be like soulmate connection, twin flame vibe, but it is this familiar feeling. This is like one of my soulmate connection cards. And you know, you may or may not have known this person for a while or not, but there is this just sense of familiarity when you're with them. It's like you can embrace your inner child. It feels very like fun and new and fresh and nostalgic, like familiar, as if you know this person, and you do because your souls know each other, right? So there is that sense of familiarity there. And it's shared, right? You both feel the same way. And it's divinely protected and guided. So that's why I'm getting soulmate vibes. Also the Two of Wands. This couple together, it's again that it could be twin flame soulmate vibes, but it's like for the Two of Wands here, you can see this person and it's like they have one body, but they're looking in different directions. They're looking at different paths they can take, and the paths aren't wrong, right? They're just different. But at the core, they are similar. And so your lives might look a little bit different. You might look a little bit different. You might express yourselves a little bit differently. It's like you're walking the same path, like you share the same values, you share the same core, you share the same heart, but you're choosing to go about it in different ways. And this connection does bring you Ace of Cups reverse. It gives me a lot of self-love vibes. So because of this connection, because of this person, it's like meeting them, coming into this connection. It's a sense of self-love, supporting yourself, loving your inner child, embracing your inner child. And connecting more with, if you were called to group 2, I feel like there's a similar message from group 2, but it's like this idea of connecting more to what you can't see, right? It's connecting more to outside of your senses. It's connecting more to that spiritual realm, the intuition, the emotions, the things that can't be explained, right? You can't logically explain things. So it's like this connection helps you embrace more of that essence. We do have the 7 of Wands here, which is interesting because this is a different energy. So with the 7 of Wands, it's this person's working hard, right? They're actively, intentionally doing something, putting in intentional effort. And it's like each action, each swing nails this into the rocks more to complete their task. So I feel like with this connection, it feels like both of you are moving very intentionally. Both of you are matching each other's energy in terms of like expressing yourself, doing actions. Like each little step is slowly building something and getting you to something. So that's just the initial impression. Let's go to what draws you in to explore this connection more. And because this initially is what captured your attention about this connection, I do feel like maybe this was missing in your life, this sense of like fun and play and like, not like childishness, but, you know, embracing more of your inner child, like whether you like watching cartoons or playing video games or dressing up or whatever it is that you like doing as a kid, you know, you still do them as an adult. You can express it either the same types of games and fun or, you know, just a little bit more elevated as an adult. But it's like maybe you are missing this like youthful fun, self-love, kind of mysterious vibe, and this person or this connection brings that to you. And so I feel like you are a person that naturally does connect with that and wants that for yourself. And maybe it was just whether or not the connections around you, the people around you, the environment around you was supportive for that or not. Maybe that's why you weren't able to, but this connection, this person really helps you embrace that more. So you do like to have fun is what I'm trying to say. The most roundabout way. All right, let's see what draws you in to explore the connection more. What is it about this connection that draws you in? Explore more. We have the Empress in reverse and the 7 of Swords. Yeah, the Empress, again, this is like a very high level soulmate for you, or it could be a twin flame, but the Empress is a very loving and nurturing and abundant energy. And so it just confirms everything up here is this connection, this person, it brings you more into that self-love. It lets you embrace yourself more, right? Embrace that childlike side that you have. It helps you embrace like nostalgic activities that you want to get into. It helps you embrace more of like how you want to live, which is like kind of more maybe mystical, mysterious. I think this was also in group 1. So, I mean, you could watch all the groups if you want. A lot of the messages are overlapping, but it's helping you figure out and determine like what type of life you want to live. What does love mean for you? Because, you know, it's like love languages, right? We all express ourselves very differently. And we all feel loved very differently. And this connection, this person is helping you come into that more and embrace that side of yourself, right? Helping you feel loved yourself, but also helping you express that love and not feeling bad about it, right? Like sometimes depending on your love language, you can hide yourself a little bit because you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. But this connection, this person is really helping you embrace that side of yourself and making you feel like this is very natural, this is very loving, and it's okay to express that way because it will be received by this person, and it's also okay to receive, right? Not only are you like a supportive and loving person to others, but it's also important for you to receive that, right? And this connection, this person does that for you. Now with the Seven of Swords, this is very interesting. It's like it's saying you're taking back something. With the Seven of Swords, we can get like this trickery, thievery energy, kind of like you can see like this sly fox is stealing these knives or weapons or whatever, but we don't know the full story, right? Like the fox kind of looks a little scared, and these weapons might be for somebody or something that we're not aware of. Maybe they're using it to protect something, we're not sure, but this shadow in the rock, it seems more kind of like evilly, right? So it's as if we're thinking the fox is trying to get away from the evil, right? It's trying to get away from the shadow, but also it's like the shadow is connected to the fox. So it's as if the fox is seeing a mirror of their own actions, which is very interesting. I haven't actually seen the card like this. And so it's as if this connection is making you realize that your actions are directly mirrored into your environment, into your world. Whatever you're feeling or thinking on the inside, whatever you choose to do, it can be reflected in the outside. And so that's why we're getting back to, again, this soulmate connection, the soulmate vibe, and this connection or this person pushing you to connect with things outside of yourself logically, right? Because now we're getting into like kind of like high level concepts here. It's like, you know, they say, you know, your world, they say, you know, I'm telling you, but you know, your world directly reflects your internal environment, right? It's kind of like, I was just reading, it's like, if you are a happy person internally, right? Like if you love yourself internally, if you care about yourself internally, that does reflect in your actions, right? Like it's like you're very supportive and loving toward others and you want them to love themselves, right? But if you don't like yourself internally, if you're mad at yourself, sad at yourself, if you're really insecure, it can come out really in your actions. It can show in the way you treat people, right? That's just an example, but that's why it's important to really believe that you deserve the love that you want, right? We can get so caught up in life and society and what people tell us that we want, and we might think that the love that we want doesn't exist, right? All these qualities in a person doesn't exist, right? But if you believe that, then it's true. You will not be able to, this will be reflecting your environment, right? You want to believe that, yes, I deserve to be loved, I deserve to be seen, I deserve to be heard, all the qualities that I want in a person exist, and that is meant for me, and that will reflect in your internal environment. So just another message for you. All right, let's see. Let's look at your resistance moving forward. What's keeping you stagnant? And you can be at any point on this spiral path, right? You might have met this person already. That might be, you know, you might have known them for a while or not. They just might feel familiar. You could be at any path of the spiral, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This could just be confirmation for you, or it can just be a look ahead. But at this point in the spiral, you know, as we go deeper into exploring a connection in a person, there is this part where we're afraid to look around the corner, right? We're afraid to go even deeper because it's getting pretty deep and the unknown's a little scary. And so sometimes we cannot take a step forward, right? So let's see what's might be holding you back. The resistance from moving forward for group 3, what might hold them back from going deeper? So we have the 5 of Wands. Yeah. The 8 of Cups reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, and the Devil. There's a lot of reversals. That all 3 decks, was it all 3 or was it just the second one? But all 3 decks had a lot of, piles had a lot of reversals. Anyway, yes, it's all confirmation of what I'm saying. So, okay, yeah, go listen to group 2 because there are similar messages here. So what's holding you back is there are patterns. There are patterns, cycles that you are stuck in that are keeping you from embodying your highest self, right? Whatever these patterns may be, it's the temptations, right? It could be recreational substances. It could be, activities that aren't serving you. It could be like patterns of behavior or actions that haven't changed, and you keep doing it over and over and over again. And this is not a sense of blame, right? I'm just saying there are patterns that aren't serving you, right? You're being tempted constantly by something, right? You see this snake and you see these people doing who knows what. Maybe there's some sexual patterns that are important for you to take note of. That is a message for some of you. But for the 8 of Cups in reverse, it's like you're having trouble leaving behind things that do not serve you, right? You are having trouble taking a good look at your life, what you don't want anymore, what doesn't serve you anymore, what's holding you back, and taking that move, taking that step. Because these patterns might feel familiar, right? That doesn't mean that it's healthy for you, right? And there might be people, situations, places, career, what have you, that are holding you back, right? It's like it's a struggle. It's like you're fighting to protect your perspective. It's like you're fighting to protect your opinion. And there could be all these like conflicting words and conflicting sources telling you how you should act one way, what you should do for something. I'm sorry, this is all vague. I don't really have a good example, but it's like this energy of conflict, of feeling like you have to continuously battle yourself and like prove your words, right? And all of this is holding you back. It's this message of, get very honest. What people in your life are holding you back? What people are draining you? What people are not very supportive of you? If you like are sharing with a friend some good news, like maybe something really good happened to you, maybe you met someone and you're really excited, and this person comes and is constantly like a downer, like, oh, well, let's see how that lasts, or, oh, well, you just got lucky, or, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, whatever non-encouraging words. But that can really weigh on you if this is the type of person that continuously does that over and over again. It's just that message of, is that cup serving you, right? Like, you don't have to look negatively about the person. You don't have to look down on this person, but it's just recognizing that, hey, I did connect with this person once, the relationship served me, and now it doesn't serve me anymore, right? Who I'm becoming, who I am, who I'm stepping into, that's not the energy that I want. So can I let it go, right? And it's this pattern again of staying. Are you staying in situations and places that don't let you feel loved, right? Are you draining yourself? Are you over giving, right? Are you over taking care of people? And again, the reason why you are so attracted to this connection is because it does push you to love yourself more, right? All right. Let's see the hidden potential of the connection. You're going to move past this, right? You're going to break those patterns because it's going to feel uncomfortable, right? When you're doing something new, when you're expanding yourself, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to have fear. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's important to just push past that comfort and like not ignore it, not go around it, not go under it, but just acknowledge that fear. You can even give your ego a name, right? This is your ego, right? Your ego knows everything you've been through, right? It goes through all your experiences, and it can limit you and have fearful thoughts and tell you, because it wants to protect you, right? At the end of the day, it wants to protect you. And so give yourself a name. Mine's Shigo, right? Like from Kim Possible. But just tell yourself, just say, hey, it's okay. I know you're afraid. I know you're scared. I know you're trying to protect me. I got this. Let's go through this together. I want to do this. So we're going to take a step, even though it's scary. Do that. And when you keep doing that, it gets easier. Just acknowledge your fears a little bit, but then take an aligned step in the direction you want to go. All right. Let's look at the hidden potential that lures you in to dive deeper into the spiral. This is what lures you in deeper into the spiral. This is what you intuitively felt when you met this person or when you're exploring this connection. This is what's really grabbing your attention. All right, the hidden potential of the connection for group 3. hidden potential. Connection for group 2. Oh. Okay. King of Wands. Excuse me. King of Wands. Yes. This is great. This connection, this person, like, it's supporting you and them, but it's supporting you to spread your wings. Like this peacock, right? When a peacock has its wings closed, you can't really tell like what the feathers look like. You can't tell like how beautiful are. But this connection, the hidden potential is you're going to step into the sun. You're going to show yourself, you know, like Elsa. Go watch Frozen 2. I like that song. But you're going to step into the sun. You're going to show yourself, you know, you're going to like shine bright, right? Like shine as bright as possible. This is what I keep telling people. It's like, whatever your signature color is, I go by colors, but you know, we all are colors, right? We all have a color. We all have a different color that we're painting the world, that we embody, that we express ourselves. And it can be a combination of colors, but it's like you have your own unique flavor and color signature. Don't try to be anyone else. Just embody like that natural part of you, spread those wings and shine it out, right? And don't be afraid of who you're gonna push away. If you shine so bright and you're so happy and you're showing yourself, whoever you push away, they're not aligned, they're not meant for you, right? Because what's meant for us will stay with us and what's not will be let go. And for the people that see your light and are guided toward it and want to support you with that, those are the people that matter, right? And this connection, this person, helps you do that. And you intuitively picked up on this when you met them, right? You're coming into more self-love. You're expanding your perspective, your horizons. You're feeling very nostalgic. It's bringing you like this different sense, getting out of your head and logic and bringing you more passion, more vitality, more life, right? More color. Yeah, definitely watch group 2. Now let's look at the center of the spiral. We are going to look at the heart of the connection and the likely outcome based on current energies. And of course, the outcome can always change because your actions, you know, you decide your actions and that can always change the energy of the situation. So this is just based on current energies. All right, but let's look at the heart of the connection. What is the heart, the source of the connection? And we'll look at the likely outcome. Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta bring these cards back. Likely outcome. This card, was it the Queen of Cups? Yes. This card has come out for all 3 groups in different parts of the spiral. And let me just clarify this 6 of Wands reverse. Why are we in the reverse? 6 of Wands. Why are we in the reverse? 6 of Wands. Why are we in the reverse? Okay. Okay, so the source of the connection is the 6 of Wands, clarified by the 2 of Coins. Yes, so you're going to be able... Okay, we're just going to go like this. And it looks like, right, it looks like these are 2, like, kind of like medallions a little bit, just like these 2. So let's talk about the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands is usually about, you know, victory, celebrating something, right? And the source of the connection, it was in the reverse, and then we have the 2 of Coins. So it's like you're learning to balance between celebrating yourself, like giving to yourself, loving yourself, and then also celebrating others, giving to others, loving others, right? And that's the heart of the connection, right? You both in this connection are able to support each other through that. You both are giving people, right? You're both love so much, and you both are going to be able to receive that, right? And feel that from each other and feel uplifted and supported, right? You guys are both going to feel very celebrated in the connection, and it's going to feel very balanced. I think this is, the Two of Coins is always, for me, like one of my favorite cards for like having this be a heart or the heart of a connection or the source of connection, because balance is so important, because it means like you're being acknowledged, right? Like within the connection, who you are, your hobbies, your interests, what you want to do, the people in your life, they're being acknowledged by your partner as important. And so in the connection, you're not going to be feeling like you're being tugged by your partner. You're not feeling drained by your partner. You're not feeling pressured by your partner to be or do anything different, right? There's going to be a balance between you two. And it's also going to come with the main factor of self-love, self-care, self-respect. It's just inherent in the connection. And that's beautiful, right? And the likely outcome is you're going to build something. I'll just put it here. You're going to build something tangible. You both are going to like slowly invest in the connection, slowly build toward it, and have intentional action toward it, right? Like we said over here. It's just more confirmation. But it means that you both are going to be slowly building towards something. It's going to be an equal exchange, right? We said balance. It's not going to feel one-sided. It's going to feel like you both are going in an aligned direction, right? Just like we did in the Two of Wands, you're both walking the same path. It just looks a little bit differently, but you're both going to be building towards something, right? And we have the Queen of Cups, which just embodies, again, feelings, emotions, intuition. It's going to feel very nurturing, very loving, and it's going to be collaborative, right? The queens in tarot, they're a little bit different than the kings in the sense that they connect with the energies around them, they connect with the people around them, they use the environment in order to help them come to a decision. And then a king is more like in themselves, right? And so this is going to be a very collaborative connection, right? You're both going to rely on each other. You're both going to ask for each other's perspective. You both are going to support each other, right? You both are going to take into account like the other's feelings, right? Like you're both going to be thinking about each other and how you feel and checking in on each other. And that's really great. All right, I tried to make a spiral, but now it's just all messed up. So, all right, let's close out with the Halloween Oracle. Just some messages from your guides, any closing messages that they have for you. Okay, closing messages for your three. Okay. All right, we'll just take these two. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should watch all three because this one came out in group 1. And this was one of the ones that came out in group 2. And then we have the skulls in different ways. Yeah, you know, watch all the groups because, I mean, a lot of the messages were overlapping. There were a little bit of differences, but I feel like there's a lot of messages for you in the other groups, so if you felt called to one or two or both, just watch them. They could be different romantic partners or it could be the same. Because remember, you take what resonates, you leave what doesn't. There's different messages for everyone since this is a collective reading. But I'm going to read the guidebook for these again. This one says, death, the eternal cycle begins here. The eternal cycle begins here. 'Tis not the end, though I may pass in the night. I get to do my time over, although you may get a fright. Many pagans believe that death was the beginning of the cycle of life. When you think about it, most people consider the act of birth to be the beginning of the life cycle. We are born, we live, and we die, and depending on your beliefs, you may get to go round again. Instead, pagan cultures see death as the beginning of a whole new adventure, the place where your soul gets to choose where it incarnates, why and what it wants to experience. Then and only then does it get born into a body that lives and eventually dies, before returning to ride a new cycle. Halloween is a celebration of death as a part of life. As humans are conscious beings, we know about death, and many are afraid and uncomfortable about it. Halloween illuminates the universal truth that all of us will die, just as all of us were born. So to be fearful of that end process is fairly pointless. Halloween asks us instead to make friends with death, just as we seem friendly with birth, and to not allow our fears to grief to bring us unnecessary pain. Do not be afraid if you pull the death card, as it simply means that something is falling away, or will do so. So you can begin strongly afresh. There is great power in this clearing. If you pull this card at Halloween particularly, the message is stronger still, and you should actively celebrate this new beginning. Great confirmation. The death is my favorite card in tarot. And I did say about let go of things that don't serve you, let go of situations, places, and things that don't serve you. And that's what happens when you transform. You have to let go of the energies that no longer serve you. You're in your cocoon and you must transform, right? But it is a process, right? All right, let's go to the Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. To blossom and bloom, the work must be done. Through fire and ashes, our fortune it comes. Before flowers are born, they are sweet buds on a plant that came from a smaller form, like a seed or a bulb. The seed needs prepared, nourishing soil to grow to its potential. Some plants and trees only seed after fire or a period of extreme adversity like drought or flood. Sometimes we wish for a life different from the one we have, and that can mean radical change. Sometimes to have the new life, everything falls apart to make it so, and that can be uncomfortable. We may lose our relationships, or they may change. We might lose a job, have to move house, or become ill. All big events that lead to a reassessment of the how of our lives. The Skull of Flowers illustrates that there is a sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from, so we can build what we really want, rather than settling for less. The Skull of Flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success and full bloom through adversity. Yes. That sounds different than what I read before. Did I read the right one before? Well, whatever I read was meant, since I'm not sure if I read the right one for the other grip, but maybe I did. But yes, this is just, sorry about that, just me going on tangent. But yes, this is, again, similar to that death card energy and about moving, right? Like, it's just another reminder again, like, we might lose some things, but it's because those energies don't serve us, right? And this idea, again, of building from a place of what it is that you want, right? Like, breaking these patterns, getting very clear in your intention on what is it that you want, the type of person, the type of connection, the type of relationship that you want, and truly believing that it exists, because it does for you, right? This person's here, so it does exist. This is your romantic relationship partner. All right, well, those are the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. If anything resonated for you, please comment down below so I know how it worked out in your life. And I would love to continue connecting with your energy as I read for the collective. So please continue subscribing, like, or comment. And as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm sending you warm wishes and soothing hums.